They got
Long before that, Terry came in.
which
Yes.
one?
So I don't know, and I wasn't there, so.
All right, good evening, everyone. 6:30, I'll call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. At the conclusion of the pledge tonight, we're going to hold a moment of silence for our longtime crossing guard, Ronnie Jola, and Mr. Dan Olnick.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America.
Thank you. Roll call, Councilman Picciarello.
Jason Picciarello, first ward councilman, present.
Misty Feller, second ward council president.
Maria Mann, second ward council president.
Michael Hockenberry, Councilman at Large, President.
Dominic Sigalese, Mayor present.
Jeffrey Rhodes, Third Ward Council President.
Gerald Doney, Third Ward Councilman, present.
Jacqueline Dennison, Fourth Ward Council President.
Stan Siegel, Fourth Ward Councilman, present.
William Frank, Corporation Council, present.
Okay. Tonight we have one public hearing on local law number 4. I'll entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Councilman Oni, second by Councilwoman Dennison. All's in favor?
Aye.
All's opposed? Councilman Picciarello?
I'll just note for the record that the public hearing notice was posted and published in accordance with law. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so local law number 4 of 2025 will provide for the prohibition of camping and sleeping on public property. Basically, so it addresses camping, sleeping, setting up tents and belongings and sleeping bags on any public property here in the city of Port Jervis, except with the permission of city officials, and it also pertains to campers, RVs, spirit vans that like to park on the side of the street where there's free Wi-Fi,
Or other public property.
or any other public property.
Okay. Pete, I see that you signed up for public comment. Would you like to address the council?
Sure.
Mr. Peter Tomasi.
Thank you. I just saw this notice, or was made aware to me, so I thought I'd come in and speak on the topic. I have some questions as well as comments. Is it 5 minutes? Try to keep
You
it
do,
quick.
sorry, 5-minute limit per person.
Okay. So, yeah, Pete Tomasi, I'm resident here, Port Jervis, homeowner in Port Jervis. I'm also the church council president at St. Peter's here in Port Jervis, and we have for the last 8+ years provided a warming station, a place where folks who are homeless during the winter can go and not freeze to death. That was happening for many, many years. And with the cooperation of the city, we have kept a lot of people from dying. Us and the warming station group that hosts or that organizes that effort. So I just wanted to reach out because when I saw this, I thought to myself, I'm not advocating for people to be camping in Port Jervis on the streets. I'm not advocating for them to put up tents. I'm not advocating for them to go back down to the river, which is where they were when I moved here. I am not advocating for that. It's not appropriate. It's not safe for them, and it's not helpful. But what can you do, right? So between November and March, St. Peter's opens its doors so people can go there, not be sleeping on the street, not be dying of cold, not frostbite, such and such, not be victims of crime. I think about the number of people that go there and the different reasons why they go there, okay? Some people have a health emergency, they're living in their camper, retired and seeing the world, that's nothing wrong with that, but when the driver, the elderly person, has a medical emergency and ends up in Bon Secours for a week and a half, well, now that person is homeless, his wife is homeless, right? So they can, in the wintertime, come to St. Peter's. But what do they do in June? What do they do in August? What are you guys going to do because they're violating your law? Are you going to make her drive to Greenville? I mean, what is that helpful to her? Okay, I don't know what you're going to do. I'm not sure I know what you should do, but what do, right? If somebody of domestic abuse has to leave their house, on short notice and need someplace to be for a couple of days until they get their life sorted out, they shouldn't be sleeping in the park. Are you guys set to know what you're going to do about it, though? Okay, if they found some other quiet place for a couple of days that they could be safe. Unfortunately, St. Peter's is not open. We're not helped to be open, to be that place for them in August. We'd like to be. It's our calling as a church to be. There are other people in the community who have supported this during the winter, who I think would be supportive of us doing that off season. But we're not working with you to do that. Nobody's reached out to us and said, hey, could you take them in August? Because we really don't want them in Orange Square. Okay, we'd like to have that conversation. There are other people with other stories. Okay, people trying to get back on their feet. The person they're on probation. The person they're living with is breaking the law. They can't be there or be incarcerated again. Would you take away their chance? If they have to leave, in the middle of the night, rather than be arrested and reincarcerated, would you take away their chance at getting their life sorted out because they might fall asleep on the park bench for the night? Are you going to incarcerate them for falling on the park bench? Or are you going to ticket them? What are you going to do with them? Because now they're your problem, all right? We'd like to be part of a solution, not to encourage people to be homeless in Port Jervis. I want that really clear. We don't want people to be homeless. We want them to stop being homeless. We'd like to work with you guys to figure out how that might be done as quickly, as inexpensively, as humanely as possible. So I would suggest to you, before you make it a crime to be homeless, when it's not your fault that you're homeless, can we have a conversation about how we can help them not be outside of the law? That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Pete.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak on local law number 4? Hearing none. Anyone from the council wishing to speak? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Councilman at-large Hockenberry, second by Councilman Rhodes. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. We do have a presentation on the bill tonight. Mr. Tim Simmons from Port Jervis Fire Department Water Operations Team. Tim, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mayor. On behalf of the Port Jervis Special Operations Team, which holds the Polar Plunge each year, we take some of the proceeds that we make from that event, and we then in turn write out a check. We donate to the rec department to help them cover the expense of providing lifeguards during the summer months at West End Beach. So with that being said, I'd like to have Mr. Fagioni come up, and I'd like to present him with a check for $1,250 to help cover the cost of his lifeguards for the upcoming season. Okay? Okay. Also, I'd like to recognize Mr. Chip Espnes, who over the years of the event has gone out of his way, and he has participated in every one of the events. And also, he has collected pledges from people, and we are in our 6th year, or we're heading into our 7th year now, and Chip has probably given us about, over those years, probably close to $6,000. This last season, this last event we had, he gave us $1,006. Actually, he just gave me an envelope here, so it is now $1,026 that he had. Somebody else gave him a check too. So we'd like to recognize Chip for his efforts on our behalf, and we'd like to give him a Port Jervis Polar Plunge sweatshirt there for him with his name on it, and thank you very much. Not only does Chip come and give us a bucket full of money, but he's always been there with some kind of a costume, some kind of a get up that people just love to see, and it helps make the event. And also, in terms of making the event, we really couldn't do it at all without our rec director, Mr. Fagioni, who goes out of his way. He helps us. He gets everything set up through Run Sign Up. He runs interference with us with the rec department, gets them up there, gets all the guys up there to clean up the beach, set things up for us, and make sure that everything is run correctly and run well. So we thought it would be appropriate to give John a shirt, a sweatshirt as well. Okay? Without people like this to help us out, we wouldn't be able to run the event, and in turn be able to help other people out and make things run really smoothly. So with that, I'd like to say the 2nd Saturday in January of 2026, show up at West End Beach, and you can jump in the water and help us out again.
I'm not saying what my costume is.
It's a surprise. So, but I appreciate the opportunity to come and do this, and to let people know about our event, and also about the fact that we do try to give back to the city and help other organizations within the city, and to be able to do things as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. All right, public comment. We have one sign up tonight. Ms. Joan McBride, 5-minute limit per person.
Good night. Take care.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I'd like to say that I'm here strictly as a resident and taxpayer of Port Jervis. I have 2 concerns tonight. The first, I would like to request that an appropriation status report be added to the agenda at least every 3 to 6 months. This report contains columns with the beginning budget amount, adjustments, either transfers or journal entries to the original budget, the adjusted budget amount after adjustments, expenditures, encumbrances, and availability for each account code. This would be transparency for the working budget for taxpayers. The school district does this every month. The second issue that I have is I would also like to request again that the audio be silenced when the council is in executive session. This began the beginning of the year, and when I asked the first time if it could be turned off so we could talk, I was told no. We could go talk in the hallway. When I tried to play music to stop the airing of conversations, I was told I was violating copyright laws and no more music was to be played. I apologize for that, as I had forgotten about copyright and loyalty laws. Someone has since told me about a public domain for music, where you can find music that is free from copyright and loyalty violations and free to use as you wish. Wait till you hear what they are. I feel that the public is being controlled by this situation. We either sit in silence, like we were in a high school study hall again, let whoever is listening at home to hear our private conversation, or do as we are told and go talk in the hall. I am not giving you permission to control me. I do not give you permission to record or use my conversations on your broadcasts. And I will not allow you to make me go in the hallway to have a conversation. So, I will play public domain music or read a week-old newspaper if the audio is left on. But I will not allow you to silence me or to make me leave to have a conversation.
Thank you, Joan. Always good to see you. All right, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Laura Hockenberry, seconded by Councilwoman Dennison. Tonight, we're going to be going in for two items in finance, school district tax collection, and 20 Brooklyn Street. And we have two personnel items on the agenda also, PD vacancies and IT. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries.
Jerry, the chair. I have two arms. Get the chair for the- I got my chair for the woman.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what's on Ollie's this week on sale. Just in case they thought I was kidding. Let's see, doorbusters, flatware buyout. Oh, and by the way, if you agree with me, please contact your ward councilman. You can find their email address on the citywide website. It's portjervisnewyork.gov. Let them know how you feel about me reading the newspaper to you every week. Let's see here. You can get a 5-quart crock pot for $19.99. Ultimate air cooler. Icy Breeze, $79.99. Peach blowout. 3-count delights or 5-count peach for 50 cents. 10-count for $1 or 15-count for $1.50. 4-piece queen or king-size comforter sets for $19.99 each. Outdoor lighting blowout, Honeywell or Westinghouse, 80% off. And you can get clothes and air buyout. 3-piece nonstick bakeware set for $9.99. 12-inch all-purpose pan for $19.99. And 9-piece Smart Nest cookware set for $69.99. You getting all this, Mike? Let's see. You got Candlelight and Yankee Candle, 14-ounce 3-wick candles for $5.99 each. Black & Decker Power Series Flex 3-in-1 stick vacuum, $23.99. Can get a giant print Bible for $16.99. Baby Alive Stair Bestie dolls for $9.99. Oreo, Cadbury, Russell Stover, or Reese's Candy, 1.2 ounce for $2 for $1. Palmer Bunny Big Ears, hollow chocolate for $4.99. Puppy training tags, $12.99. 5-pack giant chalk sticks, $3.99. Jelly Belly jelly beans, 16 ounces for $3.49. Russell Stover 12-count chocolate box, $3.99. That's just the front page. Now for the back page. Oh, here we've got lawn and garden bargains. Scott's 10-pound grass seed, $34.99. American Way Weed and Feed, $27.99. Steel Ton 50-foot expanding garden hose, $19.99. Steel Ton dual shelf barrel grill for $99.99. Spectracide, 1.33 gallon AccuShot weed stop refill, $9.99. Solar garden stakes, $4.99 each. 40-inch raised garden bed, $39.99. And a 2-cycle gas blower for $99.99. Bar height patio set, $119.97. That's for a table and 2 chairs. Or you can get a bar height chair for $39.99 each, and a bar height table for $39.99 each. The Kahuna patio set. Full 8-piece set includes table, 6 chairs, and umbrella. $397.92. Let's see why that's such a bargain. Umbrella bases sold separately. The Kahuna chairs, $39.99 each, with a 300-pound weight limit. The Kahuna table, 66 inches by 38 inches, $119.99. 9-foot umbrella, includes tilt function, $37.99. Saratoga Breeze high back patio chair cushions, $19.99 each. Sarasota Breeze 72-inch outdoor chase cushions, durable outdoor fabrics, polyfilled, now only $29.99 each. Sarasota Breeze wooden Adirondack chairs, $69.99. You may find in natural or white. Folds for easy storage, 300-pound capacity. Or you can get a collapsible utility cart for $39.99. Now you've got Aqualeisure buyout. A 75 long by 27-inch wide, 3-in-1 fold and go pool float for $14.99. Or an Aqua Pro 71-inch long by 38-inch wide comfort lounge float for $39.99. Aqualeisure 42-inch wide by 6-foot high lazy river pool, $17.99. Baby boat with canopy, $19.99. Pool chemical deals. Let's see. Pace Premier 1-pound granular shock, made in USA, $4.99. Aquamate 25-pound chlorine tablets. Clear bacteria and control algae, 3-inch tablets for $119.99. 5x7 RV patio mats, 8-foot by 10-foot, $29.99. 5x7 RV patio mats are $14.99 each. Huge indoor-outdoor area rugs, 5x7, or a few inches larger, $29.99. Hanes buyout, men's short sleeve tees, women's shorts, your choice, $2.99. Selection varies. Wrestler, men's jeans, $9.99 each. Slight irregular. Comfort Zone 20-inch turbo fan, 3 speeds, carry handle, $29.99. 16-inch pedestal fan, 3-speed, vertical tilt, oscillate, $17.99. Comfort Zone bladeless oscillating digital tower fan, 3 speeds, 9-hour timer, includes remote, $39.99. Mrs. Myers Clean Day, 12.5 ounce hand soap. Fresh cut grass setting. Well, that would send my sinuses going.
Yeah.
Woo! $2.99. You guys don't have to listen to me talk. You can talk. That's why I'm doing
very
this.
happy to listen
No,
to
I'm
you.
making a
Oh,
list.
okay.
I'm imagining how you sound reading children's books.
Can we please?
Caress, 4-pack, 3.7 ounce bar soap, $3.99. Crock pot, 6-quart, cook and carry slow cooker with locking lid, $39.99. Well, now I guess I gotta go to the newspaper.
It's on the other side of you there.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is last week's Pike County Courier, April 11th through the 17th. Let's see what we got going on here. The director of the Milford Library is leaving, and I cannot pronounce her name. She is going to the Goshen Public Library and Historical Society in Orange County, New York, beginning in May.
I think it's Rose, like Coochie or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Rose, right?
Yeah, Rose
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Everybody should have Smith and Jones as your last name. Make it a heck of a lot easier. Milford Jacobs won't enter mail race. He doesn't like today's politics. He's a Christian and he doesn't like the way things are going. Doug Jacobs says that while he has enjoyed serving as Milford's mayor in the wake of Sean Strub's resignation late last year, he will not run in this year's mayoral election. The decision not to run has nothing to do with the burden of the work, says Jacobs, who was sworn in January 6th. Over the years, I have been involved in elections for Delaware Valley School District, Pike County District Attorney, and other things. I said I would run for mayor when I was appointed, but I will say it straight out. I am a Christian with very strong beliefs, and I am discouraged with politics these days at all levels. No need to call, just show up for lunch. All are welcome to enjoy a free community lunch at Good Shepherd Parish Hall on Thursday, April 17th from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Parish Hall is located on the corner of West Catherine and 5th Street. The free meal is co-sponsored by the Food Pantry of Pike County and Good Shepherd's Church. Meat Pudge. Anybody want a hamster? Oh, it's a guinea pig, excuse me. It's a red and white guinea pig, 3 to 4 year old male. It's in Warwick. Characteristics: shy, likes his toys, treats, and a clean cage. Coat length is short. Health okay per vet exam. Good in a home with a 30-inch by 30-inch cage or larger. Children 10 years or older, family willing to learn proper care of guinea pigs. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on here. Tuesday the 15th, they've got Books and Babes at the Public County Library every Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. for ages up to 3 years old. Held at the Milford branch. Check library website for updates. No registration necessary. 9:30 a.m. Pike County Public Library, 119 East Hartford Street. Franklin Band Rehearsals, a multi-generational performing group committed to the enjoyment and the enjoyment of preparing and performing music. That word just wouldn't come out.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, that's the one. Rehearse on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 a.m. Franklin Borough School, 50 Washington Avenue, Franklin, New Jersey. Tuesday virtual book group. All are welcome to participate in Unity of Sussex County virtual book group. Yoga class every Tuesday, held weekly at 9:30 a.m. Contact Laura, the traveling for more information at the number provided, 9:30 a.m. St. Mary's Church, 85 Conestoga Trail, Sparta, New Jersey. Yoga at the Sussex Elks. Each class offers a variety of poses, accessible to all levels of yoga practitioners. Classes build strength in the core, practice in the body, and aid with increasing flexibility and range of motion. Bring your own mat. Donations of $10 help fund the class and community events hosted by the Elks. 5:30 p.m. Sussex Elks, 152 County Route 565, Sussex, New Jersey. Wednesday, April 16th. Sign up now open for Learn to Row Regatta. The East Arm Rowing Club will host the annual Learn to Row program. Sign up online to participate by visiting www.eastarm.org. Sign up will close on Wednesday, April 24th. Wow. The $160 rower fee covers weekly training sessions with experienced coaches. On the water training begins Sunday, April 27th. Rowers must commit to the 6-week program and be available for race day on Sunday, June 1st. This is a 500-meter sprint race that starts at 8 a.m. Men and women wishing to participate must be 18 years or older, of good health, able to swim, able to lift 35 pounds overhead, get in and out of boats unassisted, and sign a required waiver. Thursday the 17th, Milford Community Lunch, Wayne County Arts Alliance Gallery. Wayne County Arts Alliance Gallery announces the first members group show of the WCAA Galleries. I hate it when they just use letters instead of spelling out the name. 2025 exhibition season. Running April 10th through May 3rd with the artist reception on Friday, April 11th from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. Sussex County Bird Club annual dinner. Enjoy dinner featuring guest speaker. There's a Smith, Larissa Smith, a senior biologist in a program on New Jersey Bald Eagle Project and All-American Recovery. Cash bar available at 5:30 p.m. and dinner is served at 6. Cost is $50 per person. All reservations must be received by Friday, April 11th. Information at SussexCountyBirdClub.org. Lafayette House Restaurant, Route 206/94, Lafayette, New Jersey. There's not a lot of things going on Thursday. Adult speed puzzle competition. Teams of up to 4 players are invited to try their hand at speed puzzling. Each team will be given a 500-piece puzzle. The first team to complete the puzzle wins. If no team completes the puzzle, the team that has completed the most will win. Teams will be formed at the beginning of the event. Register by calling or at tuxedoparklibrary.org/calendar. 6 p.m. Tuxedo Park Library, 227 Route 17, Tuxedo Park, New York. Franklin Mineral Museum, open again through November 30th on Wednesdays through Sunday. Admission price vary depending on activities chosen. Visit franklinmineralmuseum.org for descriptions of activities and pricing. 11 a.m. Franklin Museum, 32 Evans Street, Franklin, New Jersey. Learn to square dance. The Kittatinny Rangers Square Dance Club invites you to learn the steps in a 15-week course on Thursday evening. No experience needed. Dress casual. New sessions begin February 20th, 7 p.m. Halsted Street Middle School, 59 Halsted Street, Newton, New Jersey. Finally get to Friday. Members' Choice Invitational Art Exhibit. During the month of April, the Artery Gallery is pleased to feature 10 premium regional artists from the region who are not members of the gallery. Gallery members and visitors are invited to enjoy the work and unique opportunities that the Artery provides to the region. Limited to 10 artists, each participant will have a large display area for their new and different work, all ranging in style, including stylish modern jewelry, complex beaded jewelry, vases and bowls, embellished with kaleidoscopic design, decorative and representational paintings, and photographs. Open April 10th to May 5th, Thursday through Monday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Artery Gallery in the Forest Hall Building, 210 Broad Street, Milford, PA. He proudly announces the kickoff event of its second year of the Veteran Fellowship Program, providing fellowship, peer support, and therapeutic interactions with horses to serve and honor the local veteran community. The kickoff event will feature a barbecue and fellowship gathering on Friday, April 4th from noon to 3 p.m. Regular fellowship sessions will continue weekly on Fridays from noon to 2. The program is completely free for veterans. For additional information or to register, appreciated but not required, call or email info@gaitrc.org. Healthy Steps in Motion, free exercise classes for seniors. Check out this exercise program designed by the Pennsylvania Department of Aging to promote regular physical activity among the older adult population. HSIM workouts are offered to area adults at no cost. Classes consist of all aspects of a great workout, including warm-up, balance, weight resistance, strength training, and a cool-down segment. Contact the aging office to reserve your spot. 12:30 p.m. Eastern Pike Center at Matamoros Firehouse, 506 Avenue Q, Matamoros, Pennsylvania. Saturday, April 19th. Art of the Loaf, presented by Sugarloaf Arts Collection. Take a quick drive to Chester, New York to enjoy the live music with multiple bands, dozens of artists, live painting, jewelry making, and more. No velvet ropes, no galleries, just pure DIY energy. If you know, you know. Don't miss your chance to attend. 7 p.m. 1661 Kings Highway, Chester, New York. World War II parachute christening gown returns. The parachute that carried Neil McNeil to safety on Corregidor Island in the Philippines 80 years ago has survived to carry 54 babies to the safety and comfort of God's church to celebrate new life. Caitlin Baslove and her daughter Keegan Josephine at the child's baptism March 30th at St. Joseph's Church in Warwick, New York. Keegan is wearing the same christening gown that her mother wore at her baptism. Gown is made from the silk of a parachute worn in World War II by her great-grandfather.
That's so neat.
In February 1945, members of the 503rd Parachute Infantry jumped onto the island of Corregidor in the Philippines to retake the fortress that had been captured by the Japanese in 1942. Neil McNeil of Brooklyn was one of those paratroopers and later was awarded the Bronze Star Medal. He survived the battle that fulfilled General Douglas MacArthur's promise to the Philippine people, "I shall return." When he was sent back to the United States, McNeil went directly to an Army hospital in North Carolina where he was treated for malaria. Somehow the parachute he wore in combat found its way to his wife, Camille. With the help of her sister Fanny and her mother Sarah, oh, that's a long one, something special was in the works. With her mother's sewing skills, a christening gown was created from the silk parachute. In July 1947, the McNeils welcomed the first of their 6 children, Patricia. She was the first to wear the gown. The christening gown started its journey in Brooklyn in 1947 and it has been worn at baptisms on Long Island, Staten Island, Rockaway Beach, Bronxville, Colorado, Alaska, even across the pond in England. In December 2004, the treasured heirloom made its first trip to Warwick, where it was worn by John, Melissa, Kevin, and Corinne. All followed. On March 30th, the parachute christening gown made its way back to Warwick, where Keegan Josephine was christened at St. Stephen, the First Martyr Church. She is the 54th baby to be welcomed into God's church wearing a treasured family heirloom made from a great-grandfather's parachute. Keegan's mother, Caitlin, and both her godparents, Kimberly and Neil Jr., also were christened in the family heirloom. Camille was the custodian of the gown until she died in 2012 at age 90. Today that task falls to Patricia, the first child to be christened in it. After each use, the gown is hand washed and wrapped in a blue tissue paper. Patricia keeps it on display in a shadow box in her home on Staten Island until it is needed again. Neil Sr. died at age 45. He saw all his children christened in the gown, but he never saw any of his grandchildren or great-grandchildren wearing it. At every family christening, the paratrooper is there in spirit, and his spirit lives on. I'm running out of newspaper, folks. A large crowd gathered in the rain at the Pike County Courthouse at hands-off protest rally. Local people spoke about the effects of the government funding cuts Department of Government Efficiency is implementing. Between 300 and 400 people gathered in the rain on Broad Street in Milford outside the Pike County Courthouse on Saturday, April 5th to protest actions in Washington, D.C., shutting down government agencies, implementing tariffs, and sparking a constitutional crisis. The hands-off rally was hosted by Delaware Valley Action and several other local organizations. Thousands of dedicated and experienced federal employees from agencies such as the Department of Education, USAID, Department of Agriculture, EPA, and many more have been similarly fired without cause. Like hundreds of thousands of others who will be rallying in Washington, D.C. and across the country, we want to send a message to elected officials that those actions are neither fair nor saving taxpayer dollars. Participants shared their concerns about the economy, which is stagnating and may be headed towards a recession. Retirement funds are being depleted daily. Prices remain high and will go much higher when tariffs result in raising prices and everything people buy from groceries to cars and houses. Local people spoke about the effects of the government funding cuts the Department of Government Efficiency is implementing. Among those who spoke were people with personal stories of how they and someone they know have been impacted, such as a legal resident who came to the United States 20 years ago for asylum from Guatemala because she was a police officer and her life was threatened by gangs. She went on a trip to Puerto Rico to see a friend and was grabbed upon arrival back and immediately deported to Guatemala. And such as a former USAID official told of working on life-saving health programs in a number of African countries, but no longer. The mood is energetic, hopeful, and very upbeat. People left amazed that so many of their neighbors had come out in what was the largest protest event in Pike County history. Delaware Valley Action is a 501c for not-profit community organization not affiliated with any political party. Okay, historians defend the Smithsonian. The executive order restoring truth and sanity to American history, issued on March 27 by the White House, misrepresents the work of the Smithsonian Institute. The accusation in the White House fact sheet accompanying the executive order claims that Smithsonian museums are displaying improper or anti-American ideology. This is simply untrue and completely misconstrues the nature of historical work. The Smithsonian, established more than 175 years ago, is among the premier research institute in the world, widely known for the integrity of its scholarship. Historians explore the past to understand how our nation has evolved. We draw on a wide range of sources, which helps us understand history from different angles. Our goal is neither criticism nor celebration. It is to increase our knowledge of the past in ways that can help Americans to shape the future. The stories that have shaped our past include both elements that make us proud of those that make us aware of tragedies in our nation's history. No nation is perfect, and we shall all learn from our imperfections. By providing history with integrity, the Smithsonian is fulfilling its duty to all of us. American Historical Association, Washington, D.C. The tone of our whole community is shifting. In recent months, I have grown deeply concerned, not just about what's happening in our schools, but the troubling behavior spreading across our community. I don't think I want to read that one. That one attacks people.
No.
Celebrate Earth Day, April 26th at the Pocono Environmental Education Center. There will be a variety of vendors showcasing eco-friendly products and services, as well as live music, educational displays, and hands-on activities for all ages. Oh, I like this one. Get hooked on fishing, not drugs. District Attorney Dave Hubler announces the 6th annual Orange County District Attorney's Office Youth Fishing Derby. The Derby runs from April 1st to September 7th, 2025, and is open to children between the ages 4 and 18 who are children of or grandchildren of Orange County residents. A family-friendly event promoting healthy choices and outdoor fun. Reel in the fun, leave the drugs behind. Entry is free. For more information, oh, this is a beaut. Visit https://bit.ly/3 capital E small b capital Z capital V 9 capital A. Now back up to Earth Day. For 55 years, the American have been celebrating Earth Day, and the Pocono Environmental Education Center has been celebrating nearly as long. While every day is Earth Day at PEEC, the community is invited to join staff, vendors, partners, and friends for the festive celebration. Children running, shouting, and laughing as they play outdoor games and create nature crafts. Adults chatting over festive food and enjoying live music and browsing vendor tables. All ages captivated at the live animal show. These are the essential elements of PEEC's annual Earth Day celebration. Gee, was it something I said? Pocono Environmental Education Center's Earth Day Festival will be held from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, April 26th. There will be a variety of vendors showcasing eco-friendly products and services, as well as live music, educational displays, and hands-on activities for all ages. Stroll through the vendor booths and learn about sustainable living, renewable energy, organic gardening, recycling, and more. Purchase locally made crafts, nature beauty products, and environmentally friendly household items to support green businesses and reduce your carbon footprint. Kids will love the interactive exhibits and games such as spring arts and crafts, tie-dyeing, field games, and a live animal presentation. Stop by the National Park Service activity stations and earn your Junior Ranger badges. Join mural artist, E. Jones and her team to contribute to a hands-on art project gearing toward protecting birds. Admission is $5 per car, so bring your friends and family and join us for a day of celebrating and caring for our Earth. Peak is located at 538 Emory Road, Dingman's Ferry, PA. Peak's 2025 Earth Day Festival is sponsored by Custom Laminating Corporation, Lamtech Corporation, AM Skier Agency, Pine Forest Camp, PA Society of Ornithology, the Allegiance of Watershed Education, Pike County Light and Power, Men's Cove, Go Catcher and Fox, LLP, Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau, the Dime Bank. Wow, there's a bunch of them. The Pocono Environmental Education Center, a 501c3 nonprofit, is located within the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area between Milford and Bushkill, Pennsylvania. Peak advances environmental education, sustainable living, and appreciation for nature through hands-on experience in a national park. I hope I'm not too late announcing this one. Okay. Scout Troop 1071 holds Spaghetti fundraiser on May 3rd. Scouting America Troop 1071 is holding a spaghetti dinner fundraiser on Saturday, May 3rd at Milford Evangelical Presbyterian Church, 300 Broad Street. Takeout is limited to the first 100 prepaid meals with pickup from 3 to 4 p.m. Dine-in meals will be served from 5 to 8 p.m. with priority seating offered to prepaid ticket holders. Individual tickets are $12 per plate. Orders of 4 or more are offered at $10 each. Order by emailing fundraisingtroop1071@gmail.com or pay by cash, check, or Venmo to @troop1071 Milford, PA. Your donation or purchase will help this local scout group to make a difference in the lives of the young people who serve your community in the future. Milford Scouting America Troop 1071 and is chartered by the Milford Evangelical Presbyterian Church. As an organization, we focus on providing essential life skills, leadership opportunities, and character building experience to young scouts. helping them grow into responsive, compassionate, and empowered individuals. The Troop 1071 committee chair said that. The values instilled through scouting, such as teamwork, respect, integrity, and service, all fundamental to our community's well-being. Scouts often involved in local service projects, environmental cleanups, and volunteering at community events. Through their involvement, they learn important skills, build resilience, and develop a deep sense of responsibility towards their peer and the environment. If your child is interested in scouting, more information can be found at www.milfordbsa1071.org. Tractor Supply Company is hosting a pet treat tasting in Milford on Sunday, April 13th. That's already passed. Okay, guys, once again, if you don't want to hear me read the paper every time the council has a meeting, make sure you write to your ward council person. Their email addresses are on the Port Jervis website. It's portjervisny.gov. Okay, we got light bites for healthier holidays. But they sure don't sound good. This one has plain protein powder, unsalted sunflower or pumpkin seeds, raw pecans, unsweetened whole flake shredded coconut, chia seeds or ground flax seeds, cinnamon, ground turmeric, coconut oil, peanut butter, vanilla extract, eggs and water. Doesn't look very appetizing. Okay, ran out of newspapers.
We gave you
See
the
you
event
next
schedule. Read the event schedule.
Do this one?
Yeah, read the event schedule for the city of Port Jervis.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. Cola plunge, March, Arbor Day celebration. These are for Port Jervis. Arbor Day celebration, Saturday, April 26th at 10 a.m. 12 hours of Port Jervis bike event, Saturday, May 3rd, Elks Bronx Park. Citywide yard sale, Saturday, May 3rd, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're having two things that day. Port's going to be busy. Third annual Delaware River 5K Run and Walk, Sunday, May 4th, 9 a.m., Riverside Park. Cruise and Port, every first Tuesday, rain date second Tuesday, from May to September. Tri-State Railroad Boxcar Museum, May 11th, every Saturday through October. Memorial Day, Monday, May 26th, 10:30 a.m., step off 11 a.m. Ceremony, Orange Square Park. Jim Fagione Jr. Moonlight Madness Endurance Relay, Sunday, June 1st, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., Elks Bronx Park. Port Jervis Farmers Market, June to October, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., Farmers Market Square, Hammond and Pike Street. Fabulous 50, Sunday, June 1st, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Riverside Park. Port Jervis Soapbox Derby, June 8th, 8 a.m. Sussex Street. Flag Day Ceremony, Saturday, June 14th, 6 p.m. Orange County Square. Port Jervis Food Truck and Firework Festival, Thursday, July 3rd, 5 p.m. Riverside Park. Fireworks from St. Peter's at sunset. Annual Fireman's Day Parade, Saturday, July 12th. Lineup 1 p.m. at Port Jervis High School, Middle School. Parade kicks off 2 p.m. National Night Out Against Crime, Tuesday, August 5th, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Riverside Park with parade lineup, City Hall at 5 p.m. Bella Notte Italiana Italian Festival, Saturday, August 9th, 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. Rain date, Sunday, August 10th. Orange Square Park special performance by Sal Valentinietti. Did I screw up that name?
Valentinetti.
Okay. Wasn't too far off.
No.
31st Annual Fall Foliage Festival, Sunday, September 28th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Historic Downtown Front Street. Fall Harvest, Saturday, October 11th, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Riverside Park. 76th Halloween Parade, October 25th, rain date 26th, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. City Hall to Farnham House. Downtown Spectacular, 4 p.m. Promenade. 5th Annual Stone Challenge, Sunday, November 2nd, 9 a.m. Elks Bronx Park. Veterans Day Parade, Tuesday, November 11th, 9:30 a.m. lineup. East Main and Pennsylvania Avenue, 10:30 a.m. step off. 11 a.m. ceremony, Orange Square Park. Kris Kringle Market, November 30th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Historic Downtown Front Street. Pearl Harbor Day Service, Sunday, December 7th, 1 p.m. West End Beach. Tree of Valor, Sunday, December 7th, 6 p.m. Orange Square Park. 52nd Annual Withdrew Holiday Parade, Sunday, December 7th, 2:30 p.m. Line up at Manmorth Fire Department.
Why some Yankee Candles for $5.99?
I have a list of the hand shirts and the Yankee Candles.
Someone would like to know what weight the table can hold at your convention. Somebody asked, what weight does the table hold?
Facebook, I did a comment, it's like this.
Mike's around. I don't want you to know what I know.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to enter back into a regular session.
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Laura Schottenberg, second by Councilwoman Dennison. 1832, approval of minutes, the March 24, 2025 meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second. Councilman Laura Schottenberg, second by Councilman Siegel. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Okay, regular business, Code Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's start. I would like to make a motion to adopt local law number 4 of 2025, that no camping, sleeping on public property.
I'll second.
Second by Councilman at Large Hockenberry.
Discussion, please.
Discussion?
In just very briefly addressing the comments of Mr. Tomasi, I don't know if he's still here.
No, he's
Yes,
not.
you are.
No, he's not.
I'm going to speak for
there's no intent to, the intent of this law is not to cause any kind of issues with the city's programs of addressing homelessness or those who are in need of services. You know, our police department, you know, their first order of business when they come upon someone who is in need of help, they try and get them help. They don't just automatically ticket people and go on their way. If someone is homeless or if someone is experiencing a bad situation, the first thing our department does, and as part of their training, part of their protocols, is to see what services may be out there, whether it's taking someone to a homeless shelter or getting help from the county for someone who is in need of emotional support services or mental hygiene legal services. So that's the first order of business. That's not the intent of the changes to the existing law. So I think Mr. Tomasi's comments are well taken, and I think that there's always room to have a conversation with those from church groups or anyone else who wants to work with the city on these issues, but everyone should, I believe, rest assured this is not going to become some drastic situation where the police are out looking to sweep the streets of everybody. That's not the intent here. If anybody else has anything to say before the adoption of the law, I'm done talking. Thank you.
Anyone else from the council wish to speak?
I do. I'd like to just say something.
Go ahead, Stan.
Our attorney's absolutely correct. The intent is not what Mr. Tomasi, I think, believes, and I will have a personal conversation with Mr. Tomasi. There are opportunities for people that are without homes, and the county has a budget and they have facilities where these people can go, and it's not about them at all. It's about people camping on our public trails, in our public parks. To have a young child go on a trail and be afraid of people camping out is not good for us, it's not good for the child, and we've had complaints about that. And sleeping in public is just not a good thing, a healthy thing for either person sleeping or the citizen that notices it and feels uncomfortable. So, as I said, I'll have a conversation with him and explain to him some options that I'm aware of. And I know that the shelter is not prepared to do that. I was actually involved in setting the whole thing up in the very beginning, downtown when we were on Fowler Street. Thank you very much. And the intent when we started on Fowler Street was exactly what we're doing today. So this has no impact whatsoever on any of those services. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam.
I have
Councilor Norman.
one thing, Mayor. Part of the law states that without council approval, so under the scenario, and he brought up a lot of good points, but the scenario where somebody would have an RV, is in the hospital, and what would the spouse do? I believe the council could take exception to that under those extreme circumstances, if that were to ever happen. So there's room there for interpretation.
Absolutely. Anyone else? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the code committee did meet on April 2nd. Some of the things we discussed were amendments to section 457, the fines and schedules. Amendments to section 403, soliciting and peddling. We're trying to make that a little more business friendly and help out where we can. And another more discussion was held on local law number 5, the Tri-State Overlay District. And the next code committee meeting will be May 7th here in the council chambers at 6:30. And that will be it for code.
All right, secondly, police.
Police. Police has not met since, the committee has not met since our last meeting. At this point, I would make them separate.
Sorry?
Separate, gentlemen?
No, you can do it in one motion.
Okay. I would make a motion that the city of Port Jervis hires Mr. Sean Talmadge with an effective date of May 4th, 2025, and Mr. Eric Hunter on May 5th, effective May 5th, 2025, as full-time police officers in the city of Port Jervis. And I will yield my time to corporate counsel for all the legalities of that motion.
Those appointments would be subject to satisfactory background checks, and satisfactory submission and acceptance of all necessary paperwork by the Orange County Department of Human Resources Civil Service Division, and provided that each of the candidates are reachable on the civil service list, which I believe they are. That was it.
I'd second that motion.
Second by Councilman Siegel.
That's all included.
All satisfactory checks.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Coming up in April is the New York State No Empty Chair campaign. The chief will be providing a public statement on that. Generally, this is in a New York State program which targets information, education, enforcement. It's all about keeping our young folks alive. The prom season, graduation season is coming up, and unfortunately, one of the leading causes of death amongst that age group is alcohol and driving and motor vehicle accidents. So that will be taking place the week of April 21st through the 25th. Some of the things that they'll be looking for is youthful drivers, speeding, seat belts, all drivers who are on their cell phones, people who are driving through school buses with their lights out. And again, a lot of this, I'm proud to say, goes along with what a lot of our police department does, and they use a lot of discretion when they make contacts with the civilians of our city. Doesn't mean you're always gonna get a ticket. Sometimes it's educating the person who's committing the violation and hoping to change their course of conduct so they don't create an accident and nobody gets hurt. The next police committee meeting will be April 17th, this Thursday, here in this room at 6 p.m. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Finance, Councilwoman Fuller.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I have bills to be paid from the general fund, $259,949.33. From the water fund, $24,092.97. From the sewer fund, $12,087.40. From the capital fund, $11,361.40. And from trust and agency, $2,618.82, for a total of $310,109.92. Some larger items to note from the general water and sewer funds: Hendrickson Fire Rescue for $21,498.94. Orange and Rockland and Solar, $55,955.02. Orange County Sanitary Landfill for $25,655.56. Global Montello for our gas and diesel, $8,929.67. And Magna 5 for $9,810.63. From the capital fund, we had Neversink Lumber for $4,539.19. MHE for $2,902.43. And Home Depot for $3,113.93. I would like to make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
second by Councilman Rhodes. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And I have several resolutions tonight, so bear with me. I have a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis for banking and depositories. Whereas the City of Port Jervis Common Council has recognized the need to maintain and or establish accounts to conduct regular business, it is hereby resolved that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis directs the City Clerk Treasurer to utilize official depositories for the funds maintained in the checking and savings accounts of the City of Port Jervis for the year of 2025 as follows. TD Bank, General Operating, Water, Sewer, Capital, Money Market, Recreation, Industrial Development Agency, Senior Citizens, Ruggieri Legacy Account, Payroll, Rachel Dietz Memorial Fund, Small Cities Grant, and USDA Water Clarifier Reserve Funds. And from M&T Bank, we have Trust and Agency, Money Market, Federal Drug Forfeiture, and the City Drug Forfeiture Funds. I would like to make a motion to pass this resolution.
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Lawrence Hockenberry. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
My next resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis, newspapers, radio, and television. Whereas the City of Port Jervis Common Council has recognized the need to maintain and or establish accounts to conduct regular business, it is hereby resolved that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis directs the City Clerk Treasurer to utilize the Times Herald Record as an official newspaper for the year 2025 and the Pike County Dispatch as alternatives when necessitated for legal notices, local laws, ordinances, advertisements for bids for materials, equipment, and services as may be required during the 2025 year. And be it further resolved that WDLC be designated as the official radio outlet and Port Jervis Deer Park TV, also known as Access 23 TV, provided by Spectrum under the present cable franchise agreement, be the designated television outlet. I make a motion that we pass that resolution.
Second.
Second by Councilman Rhodes. Any discussion?
Yes, Port Jervis Deer Park Television is now Port Jervis PJTV 23, not Access 23. We changed the name in January. Thank you.
Okay.
I amend my motion.
PJTV 23.
All those in favor for the amendment?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
The next resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis, standard workday and reporting for the New York State Retirement System benefits. Whereas the City of Port Jervis Common Council recognizes the need to establish a standard workday for all elected and appointed positions within the city for New York State retirement reporting purposes and to satisfy reporting requirements to the New York State retirement systems with respect to time worked, and it is hereby resolved and reaffirmed that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis hereby establishes a standard workday of 8 hours for all employees, elected and appointed officials, and it is also resolved that all employees, elected and appointed officials who participate in the New York State retirement system are required to submit timesheets of actual time worked and or shall complete record of activities log for at least 3 months representative time period and submit same to the city clerk for reporting purposes. Make a motion to pass that resolution.
Second.
Second by Councilman Vicarello. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
I only have 3 more.
Getting through it.
Resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis, designation of officers for the purpose of New York State Homes and Community Renewal HCR. Whereas the City of Port Jervis Common Council recognizes the need for certain positions within the city to be identified as per New York State HCR, now therefore it be resolved that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis hereby authorizes the persons designated by position as responsible for the following offices. Fair Housing Officer, Valerie Majinski, Executive Director of the Port Jervis CDA. MWBE and Section 3 Coordinator, Stacy Hoskins, City Clerk Treasurer. ADA Grievance Coordinator, Stacy Hoskins, City Clerk Treasurer. and Labor Standards Compliance Officer Steve Duryea, Director of Department of Public Works. I make a motion to pass that resolution.
Second by Councilman Laura Hockenberry. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Resolutions of Common Council authorizing execution of updated letter agreement dated March 24th, 2025 for Bond Council Services CWSRF project number C353960300. Adopted April 14th of 2025, whereas the resolution adopted on June 14th, 2021, the Common Council approved the terms of the letter agreement for Bond Council Legal Services dated June 9th, 2021, and the council authorized the mayor to execute the letter of agreement on behalf of the city, and whereas the city's bond counsel, Robert P. Smith of Hawkins, Delafield and Wood LLP, has prepared 2 bond resolutions for other legal services related to the CWSRF project. But additional bond counsel services will be required to close the New York State EFC project financing agreement to obtain a short-term grid note for project construction, and at the completion of the project to arrange for the insurance of bonds to obtain the interest-free EFC loan with 30-year repayment. Now therefore it be resolved that the Common Council hereby approves the terms of the updated letter agreement dated March 24th, 2025 of Bond Counsel Robert P. Smith, Hawkins, Delafield and Wood LLP, which amends, supersedes, and replaces the letter agreement dated June 9th, 2021. A copy of the updated March 24, 2025 letter agreement is attached to these resolutions, and be it further resolved that the mayor or the deputy mayor or his designee is hereby authorized and directed to execute on behalf of the city of Port Jervis at least 2 originals of the bond council's updated letter and agreement. And the city clerk shall retain at least 1 fully executed agreement for the city clerk's records, and shall make certified copies of these resolutions with the updated letter agreement attached as needed for the CWSRF application process. Make a motion.
Second.
Second by Councilman
Discussion.
Rhodes. Go ahead.
Corporation Council has had an opportunity and agrees.
Yes, the only thing I was about to say, the only thing I would change on the resolution and the second resolve, I don't think we have a deputy mayor, we should just change that to councilman at large. Yeah. The letter of engagement agreement with Hawkins is fine. They have been our trusted bond counsel for some time.
A long time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Corporation Council.
Okay, amended a motion. Councilman Laura Hockenberry. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Last one. Resolutions of the Common Council authorizing execution and amended letter agreement dated April 10th, 2025 for environmental attorney legal services for CWSRF project number C353960300. Whereas by resolution adopted on June 14th, 2021, the Common Council approved the terms of the letter agreement for environmental attorney legal services dated June 11th, 2021. And the council authorized the mayor to execute the letter agreement on behalf of the city. And whereas the environmental attorney, Carol L. Gallagher Esquire, has explained in the attached amendment to the letter dated April 10th, 2024, that her legal services expanded and continued for years beyond what was originally planned for the CWSRF project. Now therefore be it resolved that the Common Council hereby approves the terms of the amended letter agreement dated April 10th, 2025 of the environmental attorney Carol L. Gallagher of Gallagher and Gallagher Attorneys, which amends the letter agreement dated June 11th, 2021. A copy of the April 10th, 2025 amended letter agreement and of the original June 11, 2021 letter agreement are attached to these resolutions. And be it further resolved that the mayor or the deputy mayor or his designee is hereby Councilman at large, or his designee is hereby authorized and directed to execute on behalf of the city of Port Jervis at least 2 originals of the amended letter agreement, and the city clerk shall retain at least one fully executed amended letter agreement for the city clerk's records and shall make certified copies of these resolutions with the amended letter agreement attached as needed for the CWSRF application process. I make a motion.
Second.
Discussion.
Second by Councilman Vicarello. Discussion?
Yeah, so same question. Corporation Council looked at the agreement from Carol, because she's talking about an amended version on April 10th.
I didn't get a copy of that one, but I'm sure it's fine. If there's any issues with it, I'll take a quick look.
Okay. I was gonna ask her.
Just, you can approve it, subject to approval of Corporation Council.
Very good.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And finance has not met since our last council meeting, but we will be meeting Wednesday here in the council chambers, April 16th at 6 p.m. And that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you for that. Take a breath. All right, Tourism IDA, Councilwoman Mann. Yeah, I got plenty to read too.
Thank you, Mayor. The Tourism Board last met on April 9th. They discussed the St. Patrick's Day Parade and are looking to set a date for next year for March 8th with an earlier step-off time at 1 p.m. The citywide yard sale will be held on Saturday, May 3rd from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Maps for this event are no longer created. Fabulous 50s will take place on Sunday, June 1st from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Riverside Park. On behalf of the Tourism Board, Chair Laura Meyer applied for the tourism grant through the county, through Orange County Tourism. The board was awarded the amount of $4,999. So thank you, Laura. Good job on that.
Good job.
Vendor applications are available on the city's website, and also they are available at the clerk's office. There's a deadline of May 1st to get those applications in. They also had further discussion regarding the Delaware River Boat Regatta. It's a new event, and they will have the Port Jervis Fire dive team will assist them with this event, and the location is, it's going to be held at West End Beach on August 23rd. With that, I'd like to make a motion to approve the Delaware River Regatta event set for August 23rd. It's 12 to 6 p.m. at West End Beach, and this event has been approved by all department heads.
I'll second.
Second by Councilor Laura Chocolate. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
The next tourism meeting will be held on Wednesday, May 14th at 7 p.m. here in the council chambers. The IDA has not met since their last meeting, and they're scheduled to meet on May, let me just check the date. I usually write it down. Tuesday, May 27th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers, and that's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No objection to the amendment to the Gallagher retainer.
Thank you, Will. Okay. Fire and Emergency Management, Councilman Rhodes.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a few things. Mahogama Crooked Ladder Chicken Barbecue on May 3rd from 12 to 6. I make that a motion.
Second.
Second by Councilman Siegel. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Nomination for active junior membership for Tri-State Hose Company number 6, Ellis Wright. I make that a motion.
Second that.
Second by Councilman Siegel. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Next is a nomination of active membership for Excelsior Engine Company number 5, Zane Storms. I make that a motion.
Second that.
Second by Councilman Siegel. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Next is events for the Port Jervis Fire Department for coin toss. Friday, May 23rd, Saturday, May 24th, Friday, August 29th, and Saturday, August 30th, and I make that a motion.
Second that. Second.
Second by Councilman Siegel. Any discussion on the coin toss? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Next, I have a resolution, whereas U.S. Congressman Ryan is accepting applications for community project funding for qualified municipalities such as the city of Port Jervis, whereas the city desires additional funding to meet public needs and provide public benefit. Now therefore be resolved, the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis hereby approves the online submission of the Prudential project to wit, to replace a 2002 heavy-duty fire engine with a new engine utilizing grant funding, an approximate amount of $825,000 to the Office of Congressman Ryan for consideration of federal funding, and such submission be completed by the mayor or his designee for consideration of federal funding, and such submission be completed no later than April 14th, 2025 at 2 p.m. That was today. Which was already submitted.
It was done today.
Right, almost be done on that.
And further resolved that the mayor or his designee hereby authorize direction to execute delivery of any and all application documents required by Congressman Ryan's staff. Executed the intent of this resolution, and then further resolved, the City of Campo fully supports the initiative and directives Mayor Dominic Seglis or his designee to provide the appropriate letter of support and submission. And I make that a motion.
I second that with a hope and a prayer.
Second by Councilman Siegel. Any discussion?
Yes, it just, for record-keeping purposes, this is, we thought of as a ratification resolution because the paperwork was submitted today. Earlier
Thank you.
today.
Thank you.
So obviously, at the beginning of the year, we were notified that our 2025 funding that we went into, I believe, last March, voted on, had been rejected and taken out of the federal budget. There was a small window in which Pat Ryan's office reached out to us, and and they were under the assumption that we would get it under the 2026 initiatives. So we went ahead and did it. This is the same as it was prior. There is no increase in funding or increase in match. So we're just duplicating what we did last year. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And the next fire emergency management meeting will be Monday the 21st, 6:30 here in the council chambers. That's all I have.
Thank you. 88, Councilman Oni.
No meeting, nothing to report.
CD8, Councilwoman Dennison.
Thank you, Mayor. The Port Jervis CDA last met on 3/26/25 at the rec center on the second floor. Section 8 wait list continues to hold at 370 families. Update letters notifying tenants and landlords of HUD changes are in process. The U.S. DOT Railroad Crossing Elimination Grant about the Fowler and 4th Street pedestrian crossing has a meeting scheduled for April 30th. The New York State DEC Drinking Water Source Protection Project draft plan is nearing completion. The grant application for $1 million via the Orange County to New York State ESD for Port Jervis water plant improvements is underway. If approved, these monies will join $1.5 million in New York State CBDG funds already acquired. The next Port Jervis CDA meeting will be held on Wednesday, April 23rd at 7 p.m. at City Hall at 20 Hampton Street on the second floor. I also have one thing that I'd like to share. On March 29th, I took the opportunity to attend the Women's Self-Defense class at East Main Street Elementary. It was hosted and facilitated by the Port Jervis Police Department. It took place from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on a beautiful Saturday morning. I'm sure the people that were there could have found other things to do that day. I'm happy to report that it was well attended. Those that attended were attentive, inquisitive, and enthusiastic. It was a delight to watch our officers and our citizens interacting with mutual respect. I'd like to thank Sergeants Daniel Miglianico, Danielle McGowan, our officers Andrew Hennick and Seth Mortensen and Megan Eady, Alexis Barber, our dispatcher, Wendy Fago Warnick, our Port Jervis Police Department intern, Paige Montgomery, and Savannah, who is Daniel's daughter, as a volunteer for their time and their efforts. It was a job that was well done. And it's my hope that they get a chance to do that again.
Thank you.
And that's
Now
all I
I
have.
have a bodyguard?
Yes.
I'm sorry, we can't make her mad now.
To let the record show, I could speak from personal experience that Jackie didn't need to go to that training.
So always had a bodyguard.
Yeah, you've always had one sitting next to you, trust me. Okay, any further?
No, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Mayor.
Housing Veterans and PJTV 23. Councilman Siegel.
Thank you, Mayor. Housing
Oh, yeah,
Authority,
cool.
the Housing Authority's last meeting was held on March the 25th. Again, the meeting date has been changed to the third Tuesday at 6 p.m. And this month's meeting scheduled for tomorrow has been canceled. Senior Citizens Club of Port Jervis meets on the second and the fourth Wednesdays at noon. Well, they open at noon and the meeting starts promptly at 1 p.m. They have some trips scheduled for the coming year and sign-ups have begun for them. New members are always welcome. And I would like, if you'd like to come as a guest and see what our senior group is like, you can come once and then decide if you want to join. The cost is $10 to join for a year and $2 for each meeting, and refreshments are served at the end of every meeting. And at this time, they are accepting new members. Better information, the VA has reduced VA life insurance premium. The programs cover 5.6 million Americans. All those eligible for this update will automatically receive the discounted rates without any action on their part. If you have any questions about the VA programs or benefits, please contact your local DA service office or by going to benefitsquestions.org. That's benefitsquestions.org. Also, the Puppies Assisting Wounded Service Members, also known as PAWS, program is available to veterans that have been diagnosed with PSTD or any visual, hearing, or substantial mobility impairment. For more information about that, you can also contact your local VA clinic or VA hospital. And the Port Jervis Landlords Association information, the PJ Landlords Association meets on the fourth Tuesday of each month right here at 5:30 p.m. This is an opportunity to network and reconnect. A panel discussion board will be present at each meeting to discuss and listen to your concerns. All landlords are invited to participate. Last month, they did not have very good participation, so we're hoping that this month there will be better participation. And PJTV 23, we're continuing to put up our archival videos on pj23.com and our PJTV YouTube channel. They also can be found on Access 23 and PJ23 videos on Facebook. And I would encourage people to tune into any one of those opportunities. It's really cool to watch them as they're being transferred from VHS tapes to DVDs and seeing all the things that happened in the last 30 years. And the people that were there then are now adults and they're raising their children. It's really, really cool to watch. So I would encourage people to look at the archival videos. And if you're interested in learning about TV broadcasting, you can contact us or you can come to our monthly meetings on the third Thursday at 5 p.m. right here in the council room. And once again, if you want to, they're all public domain, so you can download them and you can watch them on your own, or you can contact the station and we can go through whatever 400 we've done so far, and we can try to find it and make a copy for you at no charge. And condolences to the families of Dan Aumick, Pat Dunn, Gary Conklin, and Iftikhar Khan, all long-term friends of mine. May they rest in peace. And inspirational word of the day?
Let's go. We need an uplift.
There is always some reason to be positive. Don't let a little negativity stop you from seeing all the good around you. That's from Anonymous. Anonymous did a lot of them.
That's very good.
And I'd also like to wish a happy Passover to all the people that participate or celebrate that holiday, and a happy Easter to those that celebrate that holiday. And that's all I thank you.
Thank you, sir. DPW, Councilman at-Large Hockenberry.
Thank you, Mayor. Garbage recycling and paper pickup on the week of April 14th will be on its normal schedule. On the week of April 21st, garbage recycling and paper pickup will also be on its normal schedule. 2025 garbage schedule is available on the city website at www.portjervisny.gov or by emailing the DPW office at dpwclerk@portjervisny.gov. Everyone should have received the initial instructions with your water billing. Sign up and receive all the updated information. That will be helpful to you. Citywide pothole repair is ongoing. If you see one that needs attention, please contact DPW office at 845-858-4001. Construction on the splash pad over on Church Street has begun, and that remains ongoing. I believe a lot of equipment arrived, and we're just waiting for a little better weather to get that finished up. West End Beach Bathhouse construction has started. I don't know if anybody's rode by there, but they tore up the sewer line and replaced that in the road as well. So we're having problems with that. So that's getting done. Compost pile is now open Saturday, 7:15 a.m. till 11:30 a.m. Dump tickets are also available for household bulk waste at 20 Hammond Street, which is the city clerk's office out front. And I will make a motion to hire Andre Griffith as a seasonal DPW worker with a start date of April 15th at a rate of $17 per hour. Andre was employed here in the past, so we're looking to get him back in early this year to help us get caught up on some projects.
It says the 21st. Tomorrow's the 15th. Is he starting tomorrow?
Yes, he is. If we get approved, I just need a second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Vicarello. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And that is all I have, Mayor.
All right. Under Mayor's correspondence, received a letter from Drew Methodist Church. Dear Mayor and council members, please add to your agenda this request for the Drew Methodist Church and Salvation Army Port Jervis to conduct an Easter sunrise service on Point Peter, Easter Sunday, April 20th, from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Thank you for your consideration. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Councilman at-Large Hockenberry.
Second.
Second by Councilman Rhodes. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Okay, I'm gonna take a roll call vote for this. I am going to ask for consideration to hire Heather Marino as our assessor. I just want to explain to everybody that the assessors do get appointed. I know we don't hire them typically much, which is good for us, but her appointment would go to September 30th, 2025, and at that prior council meeting, we would have to then extend her appointment 6 years. Assessors in New York State are appointed on 6-year terms. So I would entertain a motion to hire Heather Marino as our city assessor.
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Siegel. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a roll call vote for this because it's a department head position. I'll start with you, Councilman Siegel.
Yes.
Yes.
Councilman Dennison.
Yes.
Councilman Oni.
Yes.
Councilman
Yes.
Rhodes. Councilman at-Large Hockenberry. Councilwoman Mann.
Yes.
Councilwoman Fuller.
Yes.
Councilman Vicarello. Okay, the motion passes unanimously. And again, her term will be till September 30th, 2025. She was previously, just so the public is aware and the council, she had to go through the state background first, which they did back 2 weeks ago, sent back their findings, and she was approved by the state, meaning that she has the training and the college to proceed into the position. Hold on, we'll get there. So now that we have that, Dear Mayor, I am running to formally resign from my position as assessor clerk effective upon signing the contract for the assessor position or being appointed to the assessor position. Sincerely, Heather Marino. I'll entertain a motion to accept Heather's resignation from her for civil service assessor clerk position.
So moved.
Councilman Siegel, Councilman at Large Hockenberry, and also, Stacy, can you please make a note in the minutes that her start date is going to be April 15th as city assessor, and that's the date that the state will reflect as well.
So this resolution, resignation is effective as of 11:59 this evening.
Yeah, 11:59 this evening this will be. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? That motion carries. Okay, entertain a motion to appoint Yvonne Duryea to the Civil Service Commission. Her term will be for 1 year and will expire on May 31st, 2026.
So moved.
Councilman at Large Hockenberry, Councilman Siegel, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. This is a sad one. Unfortunately, due to the tragic passing of Dan Almec, we have to vacate his seat on the zoning board, in which he was an active member of, and I will appoint David Gonzalez to complete the remainder of Dan's zoning board term, which will conclude on January 31st, 2027. May Dan rest in peace. Arbor Day. Our Arbor Day ceremony this year is going to be held on April 26th. It's going to be at 10 a.m. This year we are going to host it at Mother's Park, which is at the intersection of Hammond Street and Church Street. And the Tree Commission will be assisting us this year. They will be handing out information regarding gypsy moths and the upcoming gypsy moth season. They'll be also handing out tree saplings and other advice that you may need regarding trees. Also regarding the Tree Commission, you will see them out around town. They were out tonight at Orange Square. They have begun scraping the city trees of gypsy moth eggs, so they'll continue through the spring on that. Yeah.
They'll be branching out.
Yeah. All right. I entertain a motion for
Mayor,
adjournment. Yes,
Mayor,
we do.
adjourn? Just real quick, Councilman O'Connell could not be here tonight, unexpectedly. I did hear from the planning board chairman while we were at the meeting. He just wanted to remind everyone that there is a planning board meeting tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock here, and they do have a pre-submission for 47 Front Street.
Okay.
And don't forget Friday's Good Friday, get your pizza at
Yeah,
5.
5 pizza takeout. All right, entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Councilman Lawrence Hockenberry, second by
Stanley.
Councilman Siegel. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion